Kindle.
You can hear us.
I don't think so. Okay. We start the video.
Hi guys.
Hello. I hope you all can hear us. In case if you all cannot, then please drop in a message so we can try to get a little bit more louder. All right. So thank you so much for joining us.
Are we live now?
Yes, I think we are live.
Okay.
Are you very good?
Very much.
Great guys, thank you for joining us. I'm Janine, my colleague, and my
Yes.
co-founder Divyesh. So here we go. And it's a very exciting time for us as we are going to go live very soon with our new pricing plans. And as I think a lot of people would have already known it, have already must have read about this. We call it as a usage-based pricing. So
there are a few more people that are waiting in the lobby maybe.
yeah, so
alright, let's wait for a few some more moments that people can join in.
Right.
There are a lot of people.
This is almost like a real conference, right? I mean, there are people who are coming in and as panelists, we are supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
No worries. All right. So yeah, as we know, we're launching a new pricing plan, user-based, and it's for what we call it earlier. We were just the user-based plan, and now we are user plus usage. So it's going to be an exciting time, and here we are.
I think this is going to redefine the way people are going to build or
absolutely
create applications. I mean, when we saw the earlier era, right? People used to look at infrastructure, people used to take up a server space and so on and so forth. When cloud came in and it became pay per use, it kind of exploded the whole market. So you think this is something very similar that is going to happen for apps as well?
Absolutely. So I think cloud redefined the way people were able to churn applications and the speed at which they were able to operate. And I think it was a significant move from, in a sense, from a capex to opex. However, in our case, we are not really saying that it's purely a capex to opex move because earlier SaaS-based plans based on users were still OPEX. However, the real beauty of cloud was the way it was able to enable per second pricing on the compute, and I think it redefined how people were able to go ahead and just buy the servers, make sure don't go on Rackspace, but just go on Amazon and just get your bare metal there and just get it priced by the second. So very exciting thing, and I think in the context of low code, no code, it should play as something on the similar lines. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. So see what this helps people do is they help because they're a platform, right? They're not completely SaaS-based tool to do XYZ.
Right.
So we don't kind of assume things that what are you going to build and how it is going to work and so on. So it's a completely open platform. So what this enables is it enables people to kind of get inside, start slowly, build on top of it, iterate, and I think that's how people build applications. They don't come with an idea of I want to build XYZ and this is how it's going to turn out. People start building, they grow their application, they think of new ideas, they iterate, and I think that's the beauty of what our pricing plans will be able to be aligned with how people going kind of building applications.
So I want to take a pause here because we've been live since March of 2019, right? Which is almost yes, more than a year plus quarter kind of a thing. I want to get back in the time when we started discovering what should be an ideal pricing plan and what led us to I mean, like in the current juncture where we are, why are we even thinking to, democratize our platform further and make it usage-based pricing enabled?
So
Would you like to?
before we go there, would you want to explain what was the pricing before that we kind of saw and kind of upgraded?
Fair enough. It's a fair question. I think most of our viewers would already know it's up there on our website. We are completely user-based pricing, and ever since the dawn of Salesforce has happened, that's the universal way of pricing generally SaaS applications. And we came to a realization that when we are launching, we need to align to the market, and we also were in the same breadth user-based license.
However, it was a per user per month subscription plan for building my
absolutely. So of course you would know, right? You're my co-founder, right? So yes, but yeah, we were like completely user-based subscription model, and so far so good. However, when we started looking at our customers, when we started listening to our customers on various channels, we came out with a lot of interesting questions. Some of the people out there would have asked, what's, what, I'm making an application, but I don't know how many users are going to use it. And as you would know, pricing is such an iterative process. We are learning at the same time, and I think we have numerous ways. How do we go about doing this? Isn't it?
So I think I remember a conversation that we had some time back. We used to say, what is the per user per month price that would be an ideal for a platform like this.
Right.
And every day when we met new customers, there was a customer A, for example, who had plans of creating 10 or 15 odd applications for it.
Right.
And there was someone else who was looking to build a single application. And then all of the nature of these applications also changed. And I think every day we would have a different conversation of, okay, this plan seems suitable for this guy, this plan seems suitable for this one, because of the range of applications, the frequency of use of applications, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
So I think I remember a lot of conversations that we've had on this. And every time we could kind of think, okay, this looks like a proper pricing. The next day we could, we would have a new case and we would think, okay, I don't think this works for a new customer as well.
Oh yes, so numerous times, and I mean, let's have a very. It might even happen in the future. Okay. So very quickly, right on this, then kind of customers that we are talking about who said, all right, you know what, we want to create an application where it's going to be available for I don't know how many users. Anybody can come up, they can walk into us, and here we go. This is how we will do it. And then there would be some other users who would say, I have a defined user base and I want to give an application to them, but I just want to give a single application like the way you said it, right? But one of the biggest problem with this is how do you derive or how do you basically price it in a context of making sure that your customer sees an ROI and is able to in the downstream then justify this specific price point.
So if I'm able to understand or interpret you correctly, there used to be customers who would come to build a full-fledged CRM, which would be like a very complex application in the way of Salesforce.com or a pipeline. And there would be someone who would just come and say, okay, I just want to start building a form and take some data and then I want to grow from there on. So is my interpretation right?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
This is where the gap was, and a per user price for customer would be happy to pay more dollars for a full-fledged CRM than for a kind of a single form.
No, you're bang on target, right? I mean, because of this huge variety between this huge gap, one customer wants to build X number of applications. We don't know the complexity, and there is a Y customer who wants to just do one app and have Y number of users. There's a huge variety between the two, between the kind of use cases that we do, which is apps, forms, processes, and we wanted to come to a fine line, like what yes, one single way in which we do it. But I think the biggest complexity came in how did we, I mean, like, how would we even go ahead and do it? And that is where I think you and your team did a lot of engineering in terms of understanding how the usage is actually happening, right? If you want to go, all right, the most simplest atomic value over here is usage, right? And no matter, like, you do 100 apps and you give it to just one user, or you do one, I mean, like, one single app and give it to thousands of users. I think the equation balances when you move to usage-based parameters.
Right.
But I think when we even thought about it, one of the biggest concern that coming from a sales organization perspective is how would engineering would ever size it up, and I think you did a beautiful job there. Why don't you tell our viewers here what exactly the engineering did over here?
Right. So what we did was when we kind of had this thought that let's move from a per user per month price to a usage based price.
Right.
And it's a big shift, right? It's not only a shift in terms of the way.
Just one correction. We are not just entirely shifting. We're just adding a new plan here. Right? So as on date on DronaHQ, you can still go ahead and subscribe to a user-based plan if you know that you're going to derive value in that sense.
Right.
And
so when we started doing this kind of research, there were a lot of roadblocks. You could see that when we saw a lot of our previous customers were already using it every day and so on and so forth, we kind of started studying these accounts as to what is the usage like and what is the app that they are building, what it is built on. And what we could kind of figure out was the more complex an app gets, right? The more blocks you add into your logic, the more kind of blocks you add in the workflow, the more data you start consuming, the more number of crunching you do and so on and so forth in the app. And I think that marks a measure of what complexity of the app is. So for example, let's take an example. A simple form where I want to take, let's say, a vacation request from an employee. It's a simple form. I would drop down, I select, and I write some data and I push, and it gets it puts some data into the sheet. It's a very simple app, and I use only a single block in my workflow to put something into my sheet. Now, when you go ahead and the user think, okay, now the vacation request is now I have some data lying in my database or my sheets. Let me go ahead and add a notification to a manager as well that okay, someone is applied for it. So he'll add another block or an email and he'll push a email notification. Now he thinks, okay, now while I'm doing all of this, let me go and add a branch logic to understand, okay, if this vacation request is kind of more than 10 days, I need to have an approval document. If it is less than 10 days. I think that's how the complexity of apps started increasing in terms of starting from single form and going all the way to a kind of vacation management kind of plan or whatever you would want to kind of call it. So when we started looking at those kind of things, we figured out the most smallest atom that people generally use are two things. One is a task in a workflow. So I add more tasks and I make this application more complex and a branching logic and so on and so forth. That's one. And second is the more number of data that I keep on accessing. So I have two applications like we kind of fill out the data into a table, I update some fields, I add a new record and so on and so forth. So there are either tasks that run or a data kind of access to an API or a database or a sheet or anything like that. So I think these are two small kind of parameters which are like the most basic parameters that we came up with. And third, of course, the point in which I, as a builder, I go drag drop and build, and that is a different kind of element to itself. So I think what we figured out was these are two things where you would want to kind of put kind of a measurement and weightage, and let people use and create their applications starting from a single block, and you play only for a single block like a form, and go all the way complex to a kind of a complicated CRM. I think we complicated CRM, and in both the places we are able to kind of get this. Are we still live or not? Yeah,
I think so. just
Okay. You need to sign in again.
no. We just need to click on that expansion. Yeah, no, besides that. Should be good, I guess. Excellent. So, very quickly, right, Dugesh, I think one of the most beautiful aspect, right? I remember the numerous fights that we had, right? And one of the things that kept coming on was like, there were a bunch of 8 or 10 parameters that I could see internet came out and they said, these are the ones, and this is what the pricing would look like, this is what the costing would look like, and we kept doing a lot of juggling around there. And I think somewhere simplifying things runs big time, since you've been building studio, which with a very clear thing, it has to be simple. And you wanted to translate that simplification into a pricing.
Of course.
Why?
So, see, our basic premise, is someone who doesn't understand technology deeply to come and drag, drop, and build experiences for his customers, employees, or whoever. And the extension of that is also a pricing in which what if I'm building something, and and I think it comes from our past experiences as well. So if you look at building an application comes when you're building or running it, it comes with a particular range, right? And it's a medium complex application, lightweight application, and so on. I think what simplifies here is people are able to jump into and start building the way they would want without thinking about, do I need to make that kind of investment into building such a small application to start off with, or is it very complex, and so on and so forth. And there is always a to and fro between a developer and someone who has a requirement, saying, okay, can you do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? And it becomes complex day by day, and it becomes easier here, where we break it up into an atomicity which everyone is able to see that, okay, I'm consuming these tasks, I'm designing this, I'm making it more complex.
Hold on. Are you saying there are not two things? They're not just tasks and data access, but they're just tasks.
Yeah, just tasks. Yeah, just tasks.
Excellent. So we are saying, guys, it's a very simple stuff that we are doing. Simplified it, the single value called as task. It could mean a workflow task, it could mean a data access, or it could even mean an API access, isn't it?
Whatever atomicity you are using, it's a task. And I think these are three major pieces where you consume a task. Everything else is bundled in.
I would love to hear what you guys think about this, when now we can create applications and do not just bother about how we're going to run it, just measure it by the amount of runs you get. And I believe this is pretty much in the lines of outcome-based price.
So that's right. When we were looking at this, there are two things. One, which is the frequency of use of applications. There are some applications. Let's take, for example, an appraisal application. It is going to be used only, let's say, once a year.
Okay. I know. I have a customer who came and said, you know what, we're going to use, we have a Power Apps within us, it's there, but if at all I'm going to make an app like this, right, on Power Apps, then it's going to be my 500 users, and they have to pay huge number of dollars just to get this, and they're just going to use it once.
Absolutely.
So I think
so. That was one use case which we thought that people have infrequent kind of usage of applications, and you don't need to spend as much dollars in terms of getting those applications up and running, and that cost and using it only twice. That was one use case that we basically saw with our customers. And second was the complexity, like I said, if your pricing is here and your complexity is here, you're going to lose out. If your pricing is here and your complexity of application is here, the customer is going to say it's too expensive for an application to pay, let's say, $20 per user per month, and so on. And that made a lot of our competition also kind of segregate their use cases back here, where the pricing and the use cases matched, and anything below that, people are not ready to pay, and they just left out those use cases, and anything above that, they either have to increase their user-based pricing or not let them do kind of those kind of things.
Fair enough. one of the questions I think now, ever since we did a little bit of beta around like usage-based pricing, what we've been hearing is how do I compute the number of tasks that I need? How do I engineer my solution so I can use it optimally?
Right.
What do you think should be the next thing that we should be doing to address those kind of concerns?
So there were, I think, two things that come up in this. One is the builder credits. So we want to give as many credits of tasks as possible for people who are still building the application and have not gone live with it. So there will be ample number of credits given for people who are building and trying out that application in whatever their builder view itself. That is one. And second is in terms of to understand what will be my consumption, kind of a calculator which I can say, okay, I'm going to have it's a 5 forms, I'm going to have these kind of tables, take some master data, do this job and all of that. And it kind of gives me the, okay, this is the kind of consumption that we should be kind of looking at, and this is the kind of pricing that we should be looking at while we are building. Of course, you can get all more complex while you are building it as creative as you are, but it will give you a ballpark of what you should be.
Okay, so what do you expect in the coming releases? Some easier ways in which you can compute what your loads would look like, and
But having said that, right, if you look at the plans, of course, it's not yet on the website. The moment we finish this, it will go up on the website as well.
Right.
But if you look at a task, it will be more than what you would expect, because we have been able to break down every possible chunk and give it back to the customer itself. So it starts from even in a free plan, it starts from whatever. And if you are looking at whatever application, wherever you are fitting in terms of a plan, I think whatever credits that you will be having to use that, I think it will be more than enough for you to not only build that application, but go ahead and build more of those applications.
Maybe a quick one on how do you stand against most of the other players in the market?
Right.
Do you want to take that?
So if you look at a lot of players in the market, right, there are 2 or 3 buckets in which they operate in. One is pure enterprise players like OutSystems, Mendex, and so on and so forth. And more or less, the kind of pricing that you would see there will be per app kind of pricing or a per user enterprise plans and so on. So that's where they kind of fit in. There are other players whom you want to kind of see, Power Apps and etc., who kind of fit into a per user per month kind of a model or a kind of a simplified kind of a model.
I think they are more suited towards citizen development programs.
But they are looking at
yes.
only specific cases can be targeted there. The whole purpose of a no code or low code is you can kind of penetrate this, you can kind of build applications which never saw the budgets before, and limiting them to a per user kind of a fee does not let you kind of go ahead and experiment with those applications. Well, I think that's what we heard from the customers as well, and that's where these guys play as well. So that's where we wanted to kind of of course you already know we spoke to a lot of customers. We did a beta run. I wanted to ask you that question in the last couple of months that we are doing and we are speaking to customers.
Yeah.
Did you feel any difference talking to customers when you tell them, okay, this was what we used to offer before, and this is now what we could potentially offer you? Would you be up for that kind of plan? What kind of
I think some of them were extremely unbelievable responses. One customer came back and said, "This is too good to be true. I don't want to believe this." So the whole idea is, the ability to break it down to such a granularity and ability to give them. I think they loved it. A lot of them, whatever few customers that we have right now, in the interest of taking their 2 cents on the new pricing plan, and they did come back and they said, "Yes, we love it. We both are large and small, and I think we've been signing up customers, at a very fast pace ever since we rolled it out in beta with those kind of beta customers. So that's a very interesting thing, and I'm sure a lot of our customers are going to love it because the moment they see it their ability to create really heavier use cases, but yet go slow. Okay. And then basis the adoption, they keep moving up to different tiers. That flexibility is something that they're going to enjoy. And I think the vast exhaustiveness of what we are offering, right from different tool sets like PDF generation, which otherwise customers would have been going outside and paying maybe I don't know whatever metrics that they would be paying by, right? And now that's also available in the same ecosystem. So that's going to be an extremely exciting thing. And not just this, whatever new additional features which are coming along, right? And it's going to be bundled into the same thing. And that's something customers find it's going to be really exciting. And I think it's a long journey. It's a long journey, and I would have personally liked it if there were questions and we were in a room full of people. But unfortunately, we cannot really see them live. We cannot see the excitement here. But I'm assuming that those things will flow in, right? And I'm happy to take questions. But would you like to add anything to this?
So I had a few questions. In probably the last 6 months, did you have to say no to any customer because unfortunately the kind of app that you was trying to envisage did not fit into the pricing plan, and now it would, or something that you want to start off small and then grow and it did not kind of suit them?
So I think like in our early days or like even now, I would say one of the customer is always having options, right? Either they want to do it on a local code or they want to do their applications on maybe for custom bespoke, and it's always cost benefit analysis that they would do at the back of their mind. I think with having said this, to answer your question, yes, we did find such customers who did not find a merit because, back in the day we were user based and or an app based, user based or app based, and either ways, customers did think about all these things, right? Now, in the newest way in which we are going to positioning this, the way we are taking this to market, we are telling our customers, what, here is a tool, have it with you guys, and put some people on the tool and keep developing applications at a crazy speed. Like it's almost like you put one mandate and then input and you get 30 mandates as an output. Wow, that's phenomenal. And you do not really what you build is okay, but it's just when it's run, you pay. Right. And that's
so building what you're saying is while you're building it's free.
While it's building it's
the credits
are there, vendor credits are there, you don't really have to buy those things separately. And that's going to be like a big thing, isn't it? And maybe one more thing, we got a question here and somebody's asking us to compare, how do you compare to Honeycode? Wow, that's a great question. So maybe they've been reading a lot of analysts saying how Honeycode cool thing has just come out. Maybe it's in infancy, maybe, but over to you.
You have already written obituaries on.
Oh yeah,
AWS Honeycode.
Prepare now. Just it's just a question, man. Please take it.
So I think what it has done is, AWS when they came out with Honeycode, it has kind of educated everyone else that okay, this is something that is to be looked forward to. And when the best guys in the tech space, AWS tells you that apps can be made without writing code, I think it has kind of.
So yeah, I mean they're right. It's just that they need to choose. Customers need to choose better tools. Is that what you're saying?
Of course. But to be on an honest note, Honeycode is yet to catch up on a lot of things that kind of we've seen from customers in the last 1 or 2 years. They don't have database connectors to API. They don't have third-party integrations. You can't do a lot more on the UI. The way you want to kind of design It does not have much extensibility. If I kind of hit a ceiling, what else do I do? And there's a lot more to kind of for them to catch up with to actually be in this space where a completely new set of users who they have not been catering to at this point of time will be starting to build applications for the next level.
Okay. All right. So, do we have any more questions? Okay. Very interesting question here. So, B2C apps. How do things change for B2C apps? And you want to take it?
Sure. So I think at least till this point of time right now, of course, B2C apps is something definitely in our roadmap. We would definitely want to support everyone who's starting up building a B2C application. But unfortunately, there are a few, kind of, to be very honest, there are a few things that a B2C app kind of requires very heavily, which we have not baked into the product at this point of time. But yes, we definitely have that in the roadmap, and I think just keep on looking out for more updates from us, and there will be a day definitely that will start opening this up for B2C guys as well. And I think the only reason there is because we understand how B2C app work, we don't want to kind of give them a substandard way to build those applications at this point of time. If you want to support B2C apps, you want to go all the way to do that.
Sure.
So I think that should be coming up in the next few couple of quarters, but keep looking. We will definitely be announcing that.
Sure. Do you want to take a moment and probably talk a little bit about maybe within the context of usage-based pricing? What are those key elements? Which is what are at a high level? What are the plans which are coming along? And probably
Sure. So I think so. What we've done is we've taken away the 30-day trial. We have introduced a free forever plan where you can keep on using this. There is no trial; it doesn't end there. Also, there is a reason behind why we did that. You can keep on using the free plan and using that as much as you would want. The reason why we did away with that one first big change is people take time to build an application which they want to go to. Sure. And I think of 15 days, 30 days, a lot of people who ask for extensions and so on and so forth are not able to actually go ahead and build that in that kind of timeline, because there is some kind of understanding of how do I use this. It takes some days, and then they start building it, and they have iterations and so on. So that's the first change that we've done. Second is we've moved one more plan called the startup plan. There's a business plan and then there's an enterprise plan. In the startup plan, we have few tiers where you can kind of choose what are those number of tasks that you would subscribe to. And then in the business plan, we have the same kind of a way you can choose the number of tasks in the tier kind of a way. And then there is of course enterprise plans with whatever that you would kind of want them.
Excellent.
How it's going to be, but I think I'm sure.
Yeah.
Done when it goes up on the website, it's still getting integrated deeply into the product and so on and so forth. But we wanted to tell the users that this is what you should be expecting.
We do have some partners in the room, Divyesh. Anything for the partners?
So I think for partners, this is going to be a game changer. I think that is one of the key guys that we kind of evaluated when we moved to this plan, because partners who are coming and kind of building applications were from all different kinds of fields. Someone was completely building a whole ERP on top of this for a specific industry. There was someone who built a voting application. I still remember because of the pandemic that came in, people couldn't actually go and vote and so on and so forth. And that was a one-time vote itself. So I think right now, whatever use cases the partners are thinking to go with this kind of a plan, whatever their kind of business models that they would want to give to their customers, I think we would be able to support with this kind of a plan. They will be able to understand, okay, I can take it for ticket-based price, for installation price, for whatever. Eventually, it is going to be a number of blocks that they're going to. So they will be able to align it far better.
Sure. Excellent. So, I think on a closing note, maybe we might just want to be very articulate over here that keep looking up for the space. The new pricing plan is just around the corner, right? And once it's up there, please feel free to listen to the comments. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you guys, and it was a pleasure, to have you guys here to understand. I hope you guys find benefit in the plans that we have. It's completely to the kind of value that it could add, not only to the customers but also our partners and the users and so on and so forth. And if there is anything, feel free to write back to us.
Absolutely, and then we may not have answered all the questions here, and you may not have been able to ask all the questions here, but either way, it's extremely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely day if you're in the US, and lovely day, evening if you're in the UK or India. Thank you very much. Cheers.